Backhand bikes, I want to give a couple of reasons why I really enjoy using cam for fusion. I've recommended it to a lot of people, but I don't know if they understand all the benefits that can be gained from making a switch over to this software. I come from a background of using NX and CATIA, Mastercam, GibbsCam, and all the various jobs I've had over the years, and this is one software that I really enjoy using. Um, for obvious reasons. One, I'm on my MacBook Air. Uh, I've got a lot of different things going on. I got my Twitter thing open, and I got my website creation up. I'm doing renders inside of Fusion that I can just put inside my website and what have you. So being able to use it on my Mac is a real plus. Uh, also, the functionality inside of it is it's to the level, I would say, of NX, uh, especially with the drawing. It's a lot more concise. It's easier to use. You can go into a sculpting mode, um, like this product I designed for Backhand Bikes, my little side project. Um, I'm not going to be able to do that in a normal CAD CAM software like GibbsCam or Mastercam, and the equivalent would be NX. And I got that quoted before I went with Fusion, and that was it was well over $20,000. I still didn't have the lathe plug-in right. So uh, not only is it a lot of capability in the CAD modeling and in the machining, but at the price point, I don't know, you just can't beat it, and it's much simpler and easier to use. Uh, so that's one reason why I really enjoy this product. Well, I'll probably say that, right? To stick with the CAD kind of functionality integration with the CAM is here's a production part I did, and I wanted to speed up the toolpath by actually drawing it. If I had to do this in Mastercam or GibbsCam or some right, and their next in release, right, they're not going to add functionality to their CAD portion, right? They're going to make it faster for you to calculate toolpath or some kind of CAM functionality. That's what they specialize in. But having a full CAD software right behind it, or integrated in with your CAM software, saves so much time when you want to uh, create some geometry in the middle of these two parts. Well, you got full CAD functionality, so you can immediately go in there and start drawing that toolpath in, or creating a plane that's on a angle, or geometry that has constraints and that can change, and you can go in and say, it's a little off. Maybe I can grab this plane and adjust it. You can make those adjustments very quickly. So having a full CAD with the CAM is invaluable when it comes to programming very quickly. Also, in designing all your jigs and fixtures and making changes on the fly, right? You just can't compete with having a real CAD software here. Also, now I programmed this initially at this job with Mastercam, and that's one reason why I just stopped using it altogether. It's because this requires an undercut, and it was taking 45 minutes to calculate this toolpath with Mastercam, and the toolpath, if it messed up, then I had to do another 45 minutes of calculating. I'm on my little MacBook Air, 2 processors. It's not, there's nothing to write home about. It's designed to be efficient, not really powerful. But just in a couple of minutes, I can calculate this undercut, on my Mac while I'm sitting in a coffee shop somewhere, or sitting at work, or wherever I am. When I was using Mastercam, I had a laptop with four cores that were twice rated what this what these 2 cores are in this MacBook, and then it didn't render the toolpath as nice. It didn't link all the moves nearly as clean as this is doing. And this also calculated where it hits the shaft of the tool right when it would start bumping up that radius, so you can see it linked those moves real clean. So that saves an enormous amount of time, having that kind of kernel behind your software, being able to render the toolpath quickly. This is probably the best time saving. I just love this little tool. It's completely underrated. I don't know why people aren't just going crazy over this. Maybe I'm just weird. But whenever I'm whenever you're constraining toolpath or kind of trying to build up your boundaries on saying what to cut, what not to cut, in Mastercam you find yourself clicking all the surfaces you do want to cut, and then you have to go and click all the surfaces you don't want to cut, and then maybe it'll still dive into some geometry that you didn't even think about. So you want to create boundaries. Well, this boundary creation tool is kind of the bomb. It's predictive, so I get it started on one side, and now I could be wasting my time with another software clicking all of those lines, or I could just click 2 times and say, yeah, I want you to stay in that boundary, and okay. Especially when it comes to doing 2D cuts, like I'm doing a lot of 2D cuts here, and when it comes down to doing them, I literally just select them. Now, because I'm cutting styrofoam, it's going to put that arrow on the wrong side every time because I'm doing a conventional cut. But being able to just select those that quickly saves a lot of time. Yeah. Just for your information, if you're ever cutting styrofoam, climb milling just pops those little beads out. So I do conventional milling on all those. And it calculates that toolpath pretty quick. It's got 3-degree draft. Anyway, really enjoy using this software. Got the new lathe module in here, so I got some turning projects I'm working on. Save a lot of time. It's enjoyable to use. It's a good train. Get on it. Thanks a lot.